My name's Stu Evans. I'm married. I've been married for 21 years. I've got 2 children. I've got a Cert 3 in welding and fabrication, a Cert 3 in bus truck and trailer, and a Cert 4 in engineering fabrication. I'm the fabrication shop manager. In all our chassis, we tend to use a Super Gal, which is a C450 OL standard. We use that steel because it gives it a high tensile yield strength as well. It's more suitable for what we need. All our chassis come in from a company called Laser Central. They're all pre-cut, pre-drilled. All the holes are laser cut for us. All the steel we use is Australian made, Australian tube mills. The jigs we use, we have 3 different types of jigs here that we use for our chassis. Every trailer, regardless of what it is, goes through a jigging process so we can maintain accuracy and make sure that every trailer is the same to a certain degree. Obviously, customers' expectations and requirements are different, but every trailer technically is the same spec. Every chassis is MIG welded. We've got 2 tradesmen, Morgan and Liam. They started off at AOR as apprentices and they've worked their way up through. They've both been here between 4 and 5 years now. They're qualified MIG welders, so they're qualified tradesmen. Everybody in the shop is a qualified tradesman or an apprentice. We have several different control lines. Obviously, jigging for us is a big control line. It maintains accuracy. Then we find when the chassis first come in, we check them against the stock order sheet to make sure the holes are in the correct position and all that sort of thing, so there's no discrepancies. We'll also, as we're making the chassis, we have 3 different QC procedures. They're checked at the start, during, and at the end before they're pushed out to go to powder coating. Saving time, well, every company wants to save time. Again, the laser cutting was a big time saver for us. Prior to that, we were cutting chassis by hand, which, as you can imagine, is very time consuming. Also drilling by hand as well. Jigging is a big time saver. Every other part that we make apart from chassis is jigged, so that just saves time when we're making batch quantities. We try not to make too big a batch quantities to keep the time down as well. Accuracy. If we don't have accuracy, then we don't have anything really. Again, jigging, just continuous QC procedures to make sure everything's correct. Each build has a build sheet, so the boys can check the accuracy as they're going, as to what the requirement for the job is and what the customer expects. Suspensions. Well, we have our own suspension in-house, independent suspension, which we have designed and produced over the last 20 years of the company. We would like to say that due to the amount of strengthening we put on the suspension, it's pretty much bulletproof. We use VC, or vehicle components, or Cruise Master stub axles. We have a double shock system and coil springs, and they're very good. They work really well for what we need them to do. Control arms, as I just said, they're basically in our suspension. They all run hand in hand and work together, all tied up. Depending on the model, we'll have whether it be 2 or 4 control arms as they are. AOR, we're all about quality here, nothing else. It's making sure the customer gets what they want and what they expect on time.
My name is Liam. I've worked at AOR for roughly 5 years, and in that time I completed an apprenticeship and got my qualifications in metal fabrication and engineering. I work in the welding department as a welder.
Hi, my name is Morgan. I've been working here at AOR for 4.5 years. I started here when I was 15 doing a school-based traineeship. When I started my traineeship, I went all the way through to finish an apprenticeship and I got a light fabrication sheet metal work. I'm also a sheet metal worker. I assemble the chassis from start to finish. It's a good place to work, it's nice and fun. You get to come in, have a bit of a chat, but you still get your work done.
My name's David Park. I've worked at AOR for about 3.5 years. I currently hold a Cert 4 in engineering and specialise in metal fabrication and welding. I fabricate all the lower suspension parts and supervise the boys on the floor. It's a good place to work at. You come in, the guys are great, you have a good time every day, but you get your work done. Yeah, it's just really good, easy to get out of bed, come to work.